Welcome to another edition of the Smokebox for BREALTV. I'm Dr. Green Thumb, aka Be Real. We got a special guest in here, my man Chingo Bling up in here, bro.
Put my chocolates on. Take a look in the mirror, que onda, wey. Yeah, me vale madre. Oh.
Dr. Chingo Thumb.
Dr. Chingo Thumb.
May I borrow your Dr. Pavard?
Yes,
May I borrow the lighter? I got E-Zone and Shikadelic up in here too to assist me, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say, it's good to have you in here, bro. Thank you, man. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here, brother.
I mean, frankly, I'm surprised that you found the time to do it because you're all over the fucking place.
Well, we're in LA for this whole month, so it's been nothing but love, man. Chilling in Cali, and it's good to be back out here.
Word up, man. I mean, listen, you did a crazy transition that hip hop or rappers don't normally do. You went from doing music and was rocking mixtapes, redoing songs and shit like that. And I mean, you hit some good ones off doing that shit.
So I guess I've always been a comedian, man. I've always been a comedian at heart. And the way I jumped in the rap game is I'm inspired by like Biz Markie, you know, characters like personas like Slick Rick. I can go on and on, but the weed's already kicking in. So when I jumped in the game, I definitely wanted to have just an off-the-wall approach. Yeah. Like, I wanted to be smiling. At the time, everybody was mean mugging.
Yeah,
like,
you wanted to enjoy, look like you were enjoying the shit. Here you go, bro.
This shit motherfucker turned off.
I know how it goes. These things, you gotta keep hitting them. Yeah, I mean, were you tripping, like, because to go from doing rap shit the way you were to comedy, I mean, it's risky, because you're still in front of people. You got a mic in your hand, you're up on stage, but it's a different get down.
Yeah, you get exposed real quick, and the first time I tried it, it scared me away for years, cause like just because if you ain't funny. If the joke ain't working, we know.
They will roll you.
Because it's quiet. Ain't nobody laughing, bro. You thought, that's what you brought?
Crickets.
That's what you brought? So, it's definitely one of those art forms where you can't hide behind the beat. You can't hide behind, the backup dancers or whatever. Like, it's no soundtrack, so you better come with it. You gotta have bars. That's kind of how I look at it.
And what inspired you? What inspired you to take that jump?
I had always wanted to do comedy, man. I really love the art form, and the game's been good to me, man. The fans have been by my side since the beginning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that the holidays?
Yeah, they just really been having my back.
I mean, were you surprised by the reaction you got on the first two mixtapes? I mean, because people were giving you mad love.
Man, you know what? Shout out to my boy Baby Bash as well, because he really was helping me. Like, he was spreading the word. He was bumping it like it was. Oh yeah. Like it was pot or something.
He was fucking with it. For sure.
That's my dog. He really helped. Establish me in the game and show me the ropes.
I think it's like because it's sort of like what you said. You came from a different angle. Everybody was coming with that angry shit, and you were coming with like you were just fucking enjoying your life, like balling out.
I just said, man, you know what? Like, this is it. Because I didn't think it was going to pop off, or I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't think people were going to get my sense of humor.
Right.
Because I came up on stuff like Beavis and Butthead and like Ren and Stimpy and just like prank calling people. Like, I wasn't like a class clown. I'd be like shy, but then I'd be like lit on the bus or, cafeteria, lunchroom table, just trying to get it, hype and roasting people. It might have been almost like a defense mechanism, to have a big mouth and just be ready to roast or talk some shit. So figured out a way to get paid for talking shit.
Did you roast kids in school?
Some of my friends, like I'd get on them, and because it was like a fear of before you get on me about what I'm worried about, my shoes scuffed up or whatever I'm thinking about. It was like attack mode in a way.
Yeah.
But now I use my comedy powers for good.
Yeah.
It really feels good though, man. Like
to
my
make
goal,
people laugh, right?
It's therapeutic, man. Like my goal at every show, like get this motherfucker going.
Oh, you got it.
My goal at every show, like before the show, we'll pray and we'll remind ourselves like somebody out there is depressed, somebody out there's, they got something on their chest, and when they have this release, when they laugh, they're gonna feel better. And shit, I've been in those shoes, man.
Hey, comedy's a spiritual connection too. I mean,
Big time.
it like helps. It takes people away from shit in that moment, and then obviously, they say medically, laughing is healthy for you. You know what I mean?
Big time, bro.
So
That's why you see so many different people at these clubs. It's never the same people there all the time. I mean, unless you're truly a fan, like you notice that like the characters kind of change because you don't know what these people are kind of going through. And sometimes that is that release. You know what I mean? That really just to have somebody else make you laugh and you're just like, yo.
Especially because, like, they say comedy is tragedy as well. It's like the other side, of drama. So when you're talking about some relatable shit, when you're talking about something real, something honest, when you're being vulnerable, when you're being the butt of the joke, people get a release.
Yeah.
And they're having a laugh with you.
it's like when you clown yourself, they're not just laughing at you, they're laughing with you because you're being vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you're being funny. It's kind of like when Eminem kind of clowned himself in 8 Mile in the battle.
Yeah.
There was nothing you could really use
Yeah.
against him in a heckle, unless you weren't funny, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, he took that power away from.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
definitely,
and I think people relate to it. When you make fun of yourself, people look inward sometimes and be like, "Fuck, I do that shit too."
And the best feeling in the world, what lets me know that I connected with the audience and I did my job, is when somebody will tell me after the show, like, I needed that.
Yeah.
Hey man, it'll be like girls, the dudes, different situations. They'll be like, man, I had a really bad day at work today, and it's you just see it in their face like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So that I went through that, man. Like I went to see Fluffy. Shout out to Gabriel Iglesias. I went to see Fluffy in Beaumont, Texas. I was having a rough ass day, and I ended up getting drunk as fuck that night too. Later, that was another day. But yeah, after the show, I was like, damn.
Totally forgot. Released, right?
Yeah, it was literally it was like therapeutic, man. It was like, okay.
That's the power of comedy, man. I mean, you can't escape from that, and that's a good non-escape plan right there. You fucking stay in the pocket and have yourself a goddamn laugh, right?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
remember the first time you bombed?
Yeah,
Oh,
first
that
time,
shit like that.
man. It's been several times.
But the
So-
first time I heard it was like the one that you never forget.
Well, in my case, I'll tell you this one. So, shout out to a lot of shout outs. My bad, baby.
No worries.
Veteran comedian OG from Houston, Texas, Ali Sadiq. He had a room in Houston, and I had heard through the grapevine, like, man, it's a room. I'm thinking, okay, open mic, go and try out some new shit. Super green, trying to let go of one vine to catch the other, like make that transition. And I told when they brought me up, before they brought me up, I said, hey man, just say Pedro, man. My real name.
Yeah.
Just say Pedro. Don't say Chingo. Don't say none of that rap shit. No. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah, low key.
He gave you the yeah.
So I didn't know this room was notorious. I didn't know this room was notorious, like hard. It was like difficult. And I went up there with some half-baked ideas. Like I was like working at the house. I was like sweatpants dirty. Went up there and I'm like, yeah, y'all probably wondering why I got these sweatpants on, but hey, how y'all doing tonight? Like it was just all off because I was just so green.
Yeah.
But everyone was. It was one of those like almost like an Apollo Theater type crowd where they're like, okay, yeah, this motherfucker, we can smell the fear from a mile away.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
we know you ain't really built for this right now. So now they just chit chat. Hey man, Pastor, hey man, fuck these wings ain't hot enough. Hey, you put the mustard. And it's a circle stage and you're surrounded by people eating, waiting for Ali to get back on.
Yeah.
So I literally abandoned ship. Like I didn't know that was bad etiquette to be like, all right guys, that's my time. They're like, whoa, so Ali had to run back up there. But
Yeah, hey, listen, when you're green, you're learning and shit like that. But fuck, you definitely got past all that. I mean, you got to a point where you can put out your own damn special on Netflix, which you did about a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah. I think we shot it and I was super green then. We shot it if I'm not mistaken, like January 2017. It came out, I believe, like 2018. But I almost turned it down. Like it was, we licensed it to
Right.
Netflix. So the production company, my boy Doug, you know, and he was at Me Too. He has Me Too Network, and they were like, "Hey, let's pitch something. You know, let's try to get you out there." As you guys know, I've been based out of Texas. I've been in my own little pocket of the world, you know. And they're like, "Man, you know, let's put some feelers out there, right?" So anyway, they were like, "Hey, man, you know, almost like, are you sitting down type thing, like, yo." Netflix said yes. And I'm like, okay, what we doing? They're
That's
like, you're
awesome.
gonna do an hour. I was like, bro, I got like a lukewarm 15 right now. And I didn't want to disrespect the comedy game. I didn't want to disrespect comedians that put in the grind of 20
Because it is
plus
a
years.
grind. It's writing
Super.
and delivery.
Everything in the arts though, man, like whether you an actor, you a hip hop, you a YouTuber, a rapper, anything, you know, there's gonna be, you know, in the beginning, you know, you still learning. You a white belt.
Yeah, true that. You got to get your black belt, and it takes time. How did it feel to actually when it came out and you saw it, or are you like a lot of other celebrities who make shit and then don't
Yeah,
watch it?
I'm of that regard, man. Like,
Yeah, same here. Sometimes I
Music.
can't watch the shit I do. I'll just be like, okay, I did it.
that's why like I have to watch tape to dissect my act and like how I can polish and give people a better experience. And that's grueling because it's like you watching your sparring.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, damn man, my jab got lazy, and you know, you panicked and you forgot about fundamentals.
It goes to the point where they always say you're your own worst critic, right?
Big time, bro.
You know what I mean? That's why it's kind of hard to watch that shit. But I think it helps you when you watch it because you obviously see the things that you don't like that you're doing, and you key in on that and fix those mistakes for the next time.
Exactly.
And I think it helps you grow. So,
Definitely.
it is as painstaking as it might be, right? To
Yeah.
watch it, sometimes you have to.
It's growing pains.
Word up. And you're working on something new right now, right?
Yeah, I have a new hour that I'm on tour with right now. The Latinos Fuck Tour. So, yeah. Latinos like motherfucker.
You've always been known for some crazy ass titles,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they can't deport us all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you even got in some shit with that one.
Yeah. That was, I mean, we even named the special that, you know, immigration has always been a soft, one of those touchy subjects.
Touchy subjects, yeah.
But in hindsight, man, I was young and, I was being controversial as well. And it's a very touchy subject. And, we just try to keep it.
I think it was dope that you did that though, because even though you were being funny and it was comical, but it was also saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As funny as it was, you were actually saying something within that title. And it fucking and it poked some people the wrong way, but fuck that.
Yeah.
You did what you had to do, and I respect that shit.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It means a lot coming from you.
Too hard like that.
Word
bro.
up. Now to your new shit.
Yeah.
You're working on some new shit right now. Yeah. Another hour.
Yeah, I'm talking about family and my personal life and just I talk about transitioning from rapper, to comedian. So I kind of roast myself about that.
Right.
So it's coming together, man. The fans are showing love. People enjoying it.
You still have the get down from when you used to be Chingo Bling, like all the boots, because those
yeah.
are custom. I never seen
Man,
Nike's things on those boots like that.
I used to
bro.
try to go in, like
Yeah.
how Wu-Tang was with the moccasins.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'ma dip this
You did
side.
with the boots, the hats, the shirts, and sometimes even what's that shit called where it's fucking the
little cow thing,
Yeah.
the cow skull.
All kinds of stuff, man.
Did all that crazy shit.
Yeah, I really, I wanted to express myself as an artist, and
What's up with the tamales though? Was that a real thing? Who made those tamales?
my mom used to make them. My dad used to sell them at work. And the story is that one of his friends / co-workers was trying to roast him, and they put a sign on his toolbox because he was a body man. And they put like Pedro el Tamalero or something like that. They're trying to clown him,
Right.
And he took it a certain way, and after that it's like, no more tamales. He shut that shit down. But so to me, I look at it like, man, I want to embrace it. That's why I was a tamale kingpin.
Right, yeah.
And I saw the metaphor, like everybody was talking about cooking and whipping and distribution and work and marketing your product, and you in the kitchen and it's late nights, and it's like, shit, we already doing that. And I'm at the Walmart parking lot popping trunk got the igloo with the dozens. You know what you want, beef, pork, and chicken. You know, like on some almost like on some trap shit.
Yeah.
So I experimented with a lot of styles.
Tamale trapping. You ever think about incorporating some of that character into the comedy, or coming out as that character?
I have in the past, but I just feel like I used to do multiple characters. Like I'd run out on stage as like myself, and then I'd come out like as an uncle, like my uncle with a mullet in a suit, and he's talking hella shit like Andrew Dice Clay, like just raunchy, not like almost like a like Joey Diaz, mixed with some paisa shit from some raza ass shit like
Joey.
When you got down as Canelo and Pacquiao, bro.
That Canelo shit, man. It really that was me starting to kind of try to break out of the mold in terms of like, I know this is all I've given you. I know this is the only way y'all see me. It's like a one-trick pony. It's very limiting, and I was like trying to maneuver with my audience and show them that, hey man, you gonna like me too without the boots. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people get caught up in an image. I get it. Like Ludacris cut his braids. Like, man, I miss braids, Ludacris.
Yeah.
He got the little fade. So I understand it, even from a fan standpoint.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to evolve. I mean, as an artist, that's what you got to do. Otherwise, people get tired of the same, get down.
Yeah. Then you're just uninspired as an artist.
You got any new characters you're gonna bring forth?
Man, I don't know, man. I'm cooking up maybe just like a hipster type of new wave millennial. Yes, guy. I don't know.
You think like platforms like IG has allowed you to like expand like that character like out to people who maybe wasn't up on it right then when you brought it?
Say it one more time, because this weed.
Yeah, this weed. I said, do you think that Instagram, the platform, has been able to help you extend like the brand? I mean, because you came out it was like 2004, was it?
Like 02.
02. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, definitely.
So for people that weren't familiar with the music, the character itself, if you didn't know the music, you could be drawn to that.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, the Canelo thing was like popped off a whole Facebook type of fan base.
Yeah, it went viral.
And it showed people that like, okay, he could be other people. He could do.
You like doing character-driven comedy, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan of like In Living Color, stuff like that.
Yeah. They've been showing a lot of reruns of that shit lately, dog. I was watching one from the very last season, and it was crazy. The first couple seasons were fun. Yeah. Who were some of the comedians that you were, inspired by or fucked with?
A lot of Mexican ones, man, like Luis Alba. That's where the came from.
Yeah.
I borrowed it as an ad-lib. I wanted to sprinkle it in my raps to show motherfuckers like I grew up like y'all. And I didn't know that, I knew he was a big star, but like some of my LA homies, like DJs, like Eric Deluxe and Syph, like they would say it, and I was like, bro, I grew up like that. I was like, I need to make that shit in my ad-libs.
Right.
People like that, India Maria, Chespirito.
Yeah, I remember Chespirito.
Yeah.
The clown, right?
Yeah. Clowns play a big role in Mexican culture, like in Mexico. It's like a lucha libre type of thing.
Damn, that's old school. I ain't heard that name in a long ass time. Yeah. That's crazy. Hey, man, I want to thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, because I'm high as shit. I got rehearsals after this, brother. Thank you so much. It's an honor, man.
Yo, man.
It's like oxygen.
Let them know where they could get at you.
ChingoBling.com. And it's a Smokebox, and it's official.
It's official.
Yes.
Know what I'm saying? This has been another Smokebox. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave comments, fuck with my man Chingo Bling.
Hey, wait, autograph my joint, wait.
All right, I'll do that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, guys. All right. Get some.
Peace.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius, fly with the height. All your senses are senseless, persistent, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho. I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael. Out the window,